platforms. Yeah. So coming to the full stack, so there are various programming languages. Like somewhere, like some are using the Java, some are using. So we have so many platforms, but we need to choose our path. So in like wherever we're going. So as a full stack developer, so I'm choosing the JavaScript. So like using the JavaScript, how we are dealing with the so in the like in the full stack, we have two things. That is, in order to maintain a website or mobile app, so anything it may be, so you need to learn. So like first thing for the web, so we can also maintain using the JavaScript. There is a two concept here. One is the front end, and second one is the back end. So coming to the front end, so like we have various technologies in the front end. We have the HTML, CSS, JavaScript, but mainly, so these technologies for mainly using for the static web pages. But in order to maintain any type of web application, so nothing but so there are some kind of websites which are like static website. Static website in the sense, if you open anything, something like something one company like landing page in the sense something you're going to have some company information. So if there will be like those are will be static web pages, they only have the company information and contact information and their services, their providers and their clients. So such things are will be there. So those are nothing but those are completely a static web pages, so it will not be changed like every time. Okay, so these are coming under the. We can also develop these pages. Whatever the static pages can be developed using HTML, CSS, JavaScript. But so there are another applications type too. So like that is mainly web applications. Web application is nothing but so those are combination of some features. So features in the sense in the name itself it is having the features. So completely it is integration of multiple features. Let's say so we have completed so in this company we have completed one application called Grow Invoice. So it is completely a invoice management system. So for the customer, so they will come up and they will create a company and they will create a customers. So we just like create invoices for the customers. Okay, so they can create an invoice and they can pay the customers. So completely it is am I audible?
Yes, yes, you are audible.
Yeah, sorry, I lost my network. Yes, yeah. So the main web application is nothing but this is the integration of this combination of many features. Let's say for the like we completed the Grow Invoice project, right? So in the Grow Invoice project, so we implemented like so we have the like a products feature, we have the customer feature, and they can add the dynamic products, and based on their products we are calculating them and we are calculating the invoices. And so they have the multiple templates. So these are under coming and these are all coming under the multiple features, and we are combining them and make a use of the web application. So in order to use like in order to build these type of web applications, nothing but a combination of features, right? So in order to so build these type of features, we have some technologies, nothing but a framework or libraries in the JavaScript. So there are most companies using this JavaScript rather than using HTML, CSS. Why? Because so we need to build environment, right? So environment in the sense, let's say some are working like working in the front end as a HTML, and some are working as a backend like Java developer or Python developer, but there is no sync in between the like front end team and also the both in back end team, right? In order to maintain sync between front end and also both in back end, so we are having one environment which is a JavaScript. So JavaScript is beautiful concept regarding the combination, like it is just combining both the front end cycle and also the back end cycle in a single line. So let's see some examples. So how the front end and back end is going to be, and how the front end is like looking, and how the back end is looking. Okay, let me let me share my screen.
Guys, in any point, if you have any questions, you can just ask. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
sure. Yeah, can you please share? Like we have the okay. Can you please allow me to share this screen? I don't know
Do I
whose
need to
permission is
one
that.
who can share at a time? It's sharing. Ah, okay. Who can share? Yes.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. So is my screen is visible?
Yes.
So yeah. So now, so let's open a Google page. Here, whatever things you are displaying, right? They are displaying. So whatever things you can see it as a client. So we are seeing it, right? So this is completely a front end page. Okay. But whenever in this search field, whenever we are typing something, right? So here, if I type, like let's say here, here if I type, like let's say if I type WhatsApp, so here you can see it is throwing some suggestions, right? So these are will be stored in DB, so nothing but so like this type of information. So this type like whatever we are searching it, right? So initially we can see the front end, but whenever there are some data need to be stored, so okay, in the front end we can't store it, but we in like even though we have local storage and everything, but so that front like whatever we are storing it in the front end, so that will be limited only for this computer only, but we need to allow the data to be present for everyone in the world, right? Whatever they are opening, like whenever like wherever they are opening, so we need to allow the data need to be present for everyone. So in order to do that, we are preserving the data in a database. Okay, so database is nothing but a simply storage element. So we are storing some information in the DB. So in order to extract the data from the backend, sorry, from the DB, and we need to present in the front end, right? So that thing. So like we have total three concept here. One is front end, so which is showing it here. So like this is a Google page, right? So whatever you're seeing it here, so this is completely a front end page, and so these suggestions, so these probably will be stored in DB, but whenever you are typing it, but there is some mechanism need to be there in order to pull the data from the DB, right? So those mechanism is nothing but a backend. So backend, what backend will do is it will pull the data from the database and it will throw it in the front end. Okay, so this is how the concept from the like how the concept will run as a front end of like front end pages and back end and databases. Okay, so that database is nothing but a like storing element and back end. So what typically back end is doing is it will gather the information from the DB, like what the user is needed. So it will only like gather the information what user is needed. Okay, here what we are doing, so we are just typing one thing and Google is fetching from the DB, so these suggestions. Okay, so these are the common uses of the front end, back end, and also the DB. Okay, let us jump into the example. So for this front end, so in order to have the multiple features, let's say here how many features I have. So let's say here, so I have so these suggestions, right? And also when I type this again, these everything will be in a pages, right? So these one page, and so when I open the Gmail, that is another like another page, right? So these all nothing but a like web pages, so something like a pages. So in order to maintain these type of pages, in previously what they are doing is, so they are building a so the Facebook, so they build the Facebook application in a single page application. Single page is nothing but what they are doing is, so let's say here I am under the all, right? So there is all category, so which is showing all the result, and so there is another section like images, so which will show only the images. But so here you can see that here the link is won't be changed, the link won't be changed. So even if I move to all, so the link it won't change, only the thing is changing is, so these parameters whatever you're like you're displaying here, right? So this is nothing but a params, so like only, so these params will be changed. So the page, whatever we are under, right? So these things, the web, WhatsApp web page, and so this will not be changed. Only the thing what we are changing is only we are rendering. So these sections, whatever you're seeing result, right? Only we need to render this section. So what if I like if the user is clicked image tab, so if we don't need to like change this top navbar, right? So this is navbar, and we don't need to change this navbar every time. So they whatever they like what they want, so they're just clicking on the images. So they just need to have the, instead of all result, they need to have the only images, right? So we need to render only this particular thing. So like this case, so this type of pages is nothing but a single page applications. Okay, so in order to maintain this type of single page application, we have beautiful language like React for the front end. I already told you, right? So we are maintaining, we have the one environment called JavaScript. So React is a nothing but a JavaScript library. Okay, so like which is built up, like built on top of the JavaScript. React is a build on top of the JavaScript. So let's look into the how the React is building. So okay, so in order to start like the React application, we need to have the Node.js need to be installed in our system. Okay, so like there will be one like Node.js server, like development server will be there. So in the Google, if you open this Node.js download something, you can directly have this page, and here you can have like you have the direct download button, which is for the Windows. Okay, so this is the like directly down in the Node application. Once you download that, you need to run these commands. So in order to create a React application, so we have, so this npx create React app, and here the my React app is nothing but a something like our name, like whatever we are giving the application name, right? So my React app is nothing but a our application name. And so like now in order to start the application, so once we run this up, like once we run this command, what they will do is, so they will just like have the default files in our system. So nothing but, so they will just simply, yeah, so they will give this type of structure, folder structure, they will give. Okay, in this, so like you have the source folder, and you have the folder, so public folder, and one is a src folder, nothing but a source folder. So the public folder is it, this is nothing but a like completely accessible for the public, like they can even they only see only the public folder. What in the public folder will be there is, so there will be HTML file. So this HTML file completely driven with the JavaScript. Okay, so you can see this up like this HTML page, right? So in this application, so in the body, so typically for the HTML, so whatever things we are like showing up, we will be writing in the body tag only. So in the body tag, we have the root ID div. Okay, so there is one div which is giving a identity of root. So in this root component, everything whatever we are writing as a JavaScript in the React, okay, so in the React, so it will be displaying under the body tag and in root ID, in this root div. Okay, so in this root div, so whatever the JavaScript like JavaScript contents are there, right? So those contents will be rendered here. Okay, so like let's see what are the contents will be rendered by the JavaScript. So in the like source folder, we have main page, that is index.js. So this is the one like first page what React is rendering. Okay, so in this first page, the React like whenever we are starting a server, right? So React come up like coming with this file initially. So it will start integrate, it will start the server by displaying what is the content in this root folder. Okay, in this root file. So in this root file, what we are doing is we are calling another component. So let's see what is the component. Okay, so in this React concept, what typically we are doing is, let's say we have something like one web page. Okay, let's see again. Let's go to the Google page. Yeah, so here, so what we have is, so this is completely one web application, right? So in this web application, so let's destructure everything. Okay, so in this restructuring, so what we are doing is, so this top thing, so the top nav bar, so this is the first section which is we are having the top nav bar. So nav bar is the first section, and second one is we have the menu option. So the second section is menu section, and third section is a completely a body which is showing all the result. Okay, so first section is navbar, and second section is menu, and third section is the like results, whatever we are displaying it, right? And these are the result, and the last section will be a footer. Okay, so whenever user type anything, what things we need to render? We need to render only the body section, which is showing the results. So we are only rendering this information, right? We are not going to touch the top nav bar, and we are not going to touch the footer also. Okay, whatever they are typing it. So these things, the top nav bar and footer, these will be a same. So there is no meaningless. So if we keep on rendering these footer and header when the user is changing, right? Let's say if I type something like node.js, again what it is doing, it is only changing these content whatever we are displaying here in between. Okay, so this content will be changing, not the navbar will remains the same. So even the footer also remains the same. These two things will not be share, like will not be changed. Okay, so this is nothing but like what we are doing is, so we are building this completely top one navbar. So the navbar is like it is a separate component. Like as commonly we are how we are destructuring, the same way in the react also we are destructuring everything as a component. So component is nothing but it is completely a section of the web page. Okay, let's say we have the nav bar. So this top nav bar will be in a section, and we have the result. So this result will be in a section. Okay, so we have the footer. This is completely a footer component. Okay, so like nav bar component and result component, and we have the footer component. We have three components here. The same way, whenever you are building one page, you need to like divide each thing into multiple components. Okay, so this is a main crucial part. Okay, so in order to divide into the section, the react is really useful when we are like separating those components. We can easily we can maintain everything as a separate component. So in that case what it will happen, we only whenever the user is searching for something, we can only like manipulate those component whatever the required, whatever the user need the changes. So we will not going to touch other components. Let's say we have three rooms. Okay, let's say user is choosing like user let's say they have one key in a room. Okay, so let's say they need to have something like bike key. So in each three rooms they have one key, that is a like bike key and car key, and there is another key in three rooms in each room. So let's say they need a bike key. Okay, what they will choose, they won't choose every door, right? They won't go every door and they will search for every key, like they won't search for the every key, right? Rather what they are doing, they will come and ask, so bike key. So directly we need to like look into like one component, so which is there. Okay, so the main door, so we need to open that main door rather than searching all three doors. We are opening only one door. So that is a common case of having the components. So here Google also doing the same thing. So here what they are doing is they have three sections. Okay, navbar, footer, and result. So whenever the user typing something, so rather than changing the navbar and footer, they will only change this in between these contents. Okay, that is nothing but a components. So when we are dividing the components, it will be easier whenever the user want it. So we will only change those information. We will not going to touch other informations. Okay, let's see. So here, like in order to start the like React application, we have this command npm start. So previously, yeah, I have created one React application using the same command which I shared here. So I created this like basic React application. In this React application, we have in the source folder we have index.js file. In this index.js file, we have the mainly app component. So in this
Pranit,
app, yes,
yeah, can you just create this component and this React app once more, like from scratch, so that they will understand this
yes,
running of this command which you just showed,
yes, sure,
like in a new blank folder.
yes, yes. So in order to create a React application, we have this command npx create hyphen react hyphen app, and in place of my React app, we need to give our application name. So here in this place, like I need to give one application, right? Application name. So my application is test app. Something I gave it as a text app. So it will create an application with the name of test app. So initially, it will do couple like it will create a React application initially, and after that, it will import some files regarding so React application. It will import the public folder. It will like just take the like source folder one from the source, and it will paste it in our local machine. So it already created a test app, right? So when I move to this folder, initially it create a package.json file, which is it is completely a like npm package file, which so we need to have the source file, right, where what the application name is and what the things the application need to be do. And like we have some other there are some providers, nothing but in order to implement some type of features. Let's say you need to show some icons, you need to show the icons, you need to show the some pictures, and you need to show some contents, right? In order to do that, so we have and like we have the dependencies of other resources. Okay, so there are other resources which are providing, so making a use of those icons and everything, nothing but so there are some vendors like I can say Bootstrap. So Bootstrap is nothing but so I hope you already know about the Bootstrap. Like let me give you a brief introduction. So Bootstrap is nothing but it is already predefined CSS will be there. So not only the CSS, it is completely taking care all the predefined so like JavaScript or component things or the utilization whatever needed for the basic website. Okay, so those type of things will be already predefined in a Bootstrap already. So we just make a use of this Bootstrap. So in order to use these type of dependencies, we have this one file where we maintain everything, this type of JavaScript things, right? So that is we will store every type of things. One second. Yeah. So every type of things we need like in a package.json. So in this package.json, we have our application name and author name and whatever the link we are providing it, right? So those type of information will be stored in a package.json. And after creating package.json, so it will create a node modules which is having what like whenever you are importing this bootstrap, right? So this bootstrap predefined, like let's say if you want to do some arithmetic operation in the Python, what you are doing? So we are just like writing one function in order to do the arithmetic operations, right? So and we are making a use of those functions. Okay, let's say like Python is doing that type of things. Okay, so in that situation, so there is something like one package that is a math library. What math library is doing? So it is automatically creating so we are not going to build any type of thing from the scratch. Yeah. Okay. So like in order to make any type of website, so what typically outside will be doing is so
Pranit, your
like
screen share stopped.
oh okay, sorry. Yeah. Is my screen is visible?
Yes.
Yes. Sorry. So yeah. So let me continue. So here, so if you want to make a one web page, so how we can do it? So do we need to build from the scratch, or do like we have any like something like a libraries or what? So let's say if you want to make one website, so there are like nowadays many like components, so very like many. So customization will be coming into the pictures. So what they are doing is, so like rather than doing from rather than you do it from the scratch, they will give all the things ready for you. Okay, you just need to make a use of those rather than like writing from the scratch. You just need to make a use of those components. Let's say here the bootstrap also doing the same rather than doing. So let's say like if you code one thing in the HTML code, how it will be look, it won't even look nicely. So it is only having basic CSS. But if you write all the CSS, it will take so long time. So rather than how like what we are doing is, we are just making a use of the bootstrap, and in this bootstrap, so they will give all the things ready for us. And whatever we are doing is like if you want to use the button, let's say if you want to use the button, we have the buttons like already predefined buttons will be there with this custom CSS. So here you can see it. So whenever we are using this line, so everything, so this button will be appeared with the background color, and there is a hover color too. So these things is already predefined with the bootstrap. So we just make a use of this bootstrap library. So okay, so like whatever things you are doing in a web page creation, so make it like make a note of it. So you have everything is ready in some places. You just need to search it, and you just need to use it in our application customizingly. So like whenever you are using other resources, please make a thing. So we need to customize it according our application. Okay, so if we are not going to customize it, so then it is a use like not useful for us. Okay, so if you are making a use of something like bootstrap, so we can mold it to our application however we want. Okay, so the same thing, let's see, like previously I created this React application, right? So this application, yeah, so once like initially what it is doing is, it will create a package.json file in which we have the package like the application details in the sense, what is the application name, and what is the author, and what is the application description. Those things will be stored in a package JSON. And so another file is node modules is nothing but, so where the other resources nothing but like we are making a use of the other like other things, right? So that is a bootstrap, those type of things. So they are also writing the code, but we need to have those codes in our system, right? So those will be coming and stored in node module files. Okay, so anyway, so this node modules file will be like storing only whatever things we are using from the external resource. Okay, so nothing but a public folder, and also the src folder. Src folder is nothing but a source folder. In this source folder we have all the javascript files here. Let's see. Okay, so in order to run this run this React application, we have command like npm start. Okay, so I'm just running this. When I run this command, so immediately the localhost server will be written. So this is localhost server, which is running only on your local system. It will not present for the others. That means who are like searching in the globally, right? So it will not present for the others. It will only present only for your. It is limited to only for your computer itself. Okay. So okay, let's see some examples here. So if I open the index.js file here, it is binding with the app component, right? So in the app component, what we have, so we have the main div, and in this main div we have the header section, and in the header section we have the logo. Yeah, so it is a header section. In this header section we have the logo presenting, and after that it has a paragraph tag. In the paragraph tag it is having so one text here, so that is this text. and so we have the like anchor tag here. So these are how we are representing the button. So let's say I'm just removing everything, rather I'm displaying div content here, and in this div content, let's see if I want to have the nav bar. Similarly, I want to build like nav bar, and one is the body and another one is the footer, right? So previously we also like I also told you like, so there are component, we need to divide every web page into the component. So how the component is building, using a JavaScript XML file. So JavaScript XML file is nothing but, which is you already previously understand how the JavaScript is working, right? So JavaScript is nothing but it is also similarly like a like language which is used to return only some type of operations. Nothing but if I want to use a arithmetic operation, add. So we have, yeah, so what we are doing is, so here there is a one function with the name of add. What it is doing, it is just multiply, it is just adding two numbers and it will return the number. So that's it, it won't do any type of like UI rendering or those things, right? In order to render the front end, in order to render the HTML code in the JavaScript, we are using JavaScript XML file. XML file is nothing but, let's say here I am creating one like header JSX file. So JSX file. So here I am naming it as a JSX dot JSX. Dot JSX is nothing but it is a JavaScript XML file. XML is file, like here the JavaScript is nothing but it will only have the arithmetic operations, or like it will having the like logical operation, which is like which is having the capability to perform logical operations. JavaScript is only limited for the applying the logical operations. But whenever we have the extension called X at last, JSX, okay. So in this folder, we have the function and which will return. So these are like, yeah, so this header, yeah, I need to export it, yeah. So here what it is doing, so the JSX file is completely what it is doing, it is returning HTML code. So previously what JavaScript is doing, the JavaScript is returning only the operation which is like similarly like if we give the 2 and 3, so it will throw only the like 5, only one number it will throw. But if we use the JSX file, the JSX file will be written HTML code here, okay, and we will divide everything as a chunk. So here what we are doing is, let's say here for the Google we have three sections, right? So similarly I'm creating body, and so there is, so yeah, so we have here how many sections we have? So we have three sections here in the app component. So initially we have three component. Whenever I am opening the web page, you can see it. It is having three components here, which is header and body and footer. Everything is binded in a one place, that is the app component. But we need to divide it, like so previously I told it, we need to divide each section. So how we are doing it? So